What's good, YouTube? What's good? What's good? What's good? So we're gonna be talking about Saquon Barkley, and I appreciate Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what he did for the New York Giants. Obviously, that one playoff win. It is what it is. Um, but I saw a post that he had on Giants.com on Instagram, and he said that I don't want to leave. I want to stay as a New York Giant. Right? That's what Victor Cruz said. That's what Odell Beckham Jr. said. That's what a lot of them dudes say. Right? Oh, I want to stay here long term. This and that. It never works out. Right? Now, obviously, outside of Victor Cruz, Justin Tuck, JPP, all of them, at least they won a Super Bowl, you know, while they were here, you know. And that's the main goal. I don't think it's about money for Saquon Barkley. I think it's about establishing him wanting to have leverage, right? Him wanting to have something that he can fall back on when he does retire to say, okay, I did it, you know, my way. Like the Chiefs could have won him, you know. Not the 49ers, they got Christian. I mean, he would have to go to like a Super Bowl contending team, like the Buffalo Bills, like the Ravens, um, you know the Chargers, San Diego Chargers, Eckler. They can have like a 2,000 yard back since Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams. Obviously the great LT Ladainian Thomason. I mean, I think those are hard shoes to fill. And I'm not saying that he's gonna fill those shoes, because obviously Ladainian Thomason didn't really do anything while he was there, anyways. San Diego at the time obviously wasted his prime years, which is sad. And then he obviously had to go off on a sad note. Playing with the Jets. I mean, it was just his career just dipped bad. Um, Coming out of TCU, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but Saquon, I want you to leave New York. Okay, for one, you're dealing with a crappy owner. Okay, he only cares about making money. For two, you have a stupid GM who don't know what he's doing. Number three, you have a head coach whose head is shaped like a damn private part. I'm not gonna mention the private part name, but you know what private part I'm talking about. Okay, and then obviously you have an offensive coordinator who the Giants have blocked the Seattle Seahawks from interviewing. So that means that they're gonna bring back Mike Kefka back, right? They already let go of Wink Markindale. I see a lot of things. I just don't really care to talk about it because obviously I have no control over it. You know what I'm saying? If I had control over it, then I would step in and do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of Wink Markindale. They hired a defensive coordinator from the Titans. You know, they have yet to replace Mike Kefka, or I don't think they're going to replace Mike Kefka. I think they're gonna bring Mike Kefka back for another sorry year, right? That's why I said the team wasn't going anywhere this year. The team was not going to make their playoffs this year, and I was right. I was only wrong for Daniel Jones because I thought Daniel Jones was going to take another leap. He didn't. He wound up getting hurt. Okay, so for this year, everybody's optimistic, right? Everybody's, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and the defense and the offense is gonna turn around and this and that and third, and we're gonna draft well. And no, we're not, because I know this team like a buck. I've been a Giants fan since '04. I've been through it all. I haven't really been in the era with the LTs and the Phil Sims, and the Mark Pavaro. I obviously was a little bit out of. I wasn't unborn. I wasn't born yet when those guys were playing. From the '80s, '90s era. So I grew up watching football around when I was 8. That's when I grew up watching football. Um, but as my time being a Giants fan from 2004, that's probably like what 17 years ago. I've been through it all. I've seen the best of the best, the worst of the worst, the bad of the bad, the ugly of the ugly. I've seen it all. Okay, this Giants fans, or they're not even Giants fans, this Giants team will never adjust. Even though the Giants are the oldest team in the NFL, they do not adjust. Right? Whatever is working for them, they'll keep on hitting it on the head until it works. That's just their philosophy. That's their motto, right? Where like whatever works, we're just gonna continue to do it. Saquon Barkley, you're running behind a bad O line, which is not going to get fixed overnight, right? I mean, we can blame the horses behind on who's to blame for these bad offensive linemen. Like we should have had offensive linemen like the Eagles, the Cowboys. Who else have a decent O line? We don't have a quarterback yet. Our wide receiving core is messed up. Our running game is bad outside of Saquon Barkley, who don't have a second running back that they can rely on. Matt Berea is going up there in age, and I don't think he's coming back here next year. I don't think he's coming with the Giants next year. I think they'll probably cut him and save some money to sign somebody else, who can obviously complement Saquon Barkley. But you're not telling me, like Saquon Barkley is not telling me that they're going to improve. Now, obviously, I do want the Giants to succeed. To succeed. I don't want them to have another miserable year. We have to sit here through December, September through December, with let's say they're like 4-7, or let's say they're like, let's say they're like 1-7. They won their home opener against Dallas. Obviously, that revenge game from last year, blowout. Not technically a blowout. Probably let's just say they won 30 to like 17, something like that. And then after that, they lose their next 7 games, and then they're sitting at 1-7. Like Saquon Barkley, I want you to do the best for you. Okay, damn the team. The team don't give a crap about you. Okay, they really don't. They just try and squeeze money out of you. You know what I'm saying? So they can make some excuse why they don't pay you, right? Because that's what they should have done, right? Or they should have paid you instead and then paid Daniel Jones, but they did the opposite of that. Not saying that paying you was going to equal success, because obviously you would. I mean, the Giants would still have the same record that they have right now, right? Nothing would change. Maybe Saquon Barkley would probably play better. Probably putting at least 25, 30, 50 yards per game, probably like that. He'll probably play better, but without an offensive line to open up those holes, I mean, you're playing with apples and oranges right now, you know? So, from me to you, do what's best, because there's no loyalty in sports no more. This Dirk Nowinski, Kobe Bryant, who else? Dwayne Wade, those lifers, they're gone. You'll probably see those once in a blue moon, once in a generation. Like I know you wanna, you from the area and whatnot. So was Victor Cruz. Look how he turned out. He also wanted to be a lifer. He also wanted to. Oh, I don't want to play for anybody else. He wound up playing for the Bears. Okay. Only Eli Lawrence Taylor was the only two lifers, and Phil Simms. Okay. So just three. So yeah, if you want to go to a winning team, just go. You know, like you staying with the Giants proves what? Nothing. You're gonna have a great year while they're probably missing the playoffs again, right? You won't win MVP. You'll never win MVP because the NFL is biased against any other position except quarterback. Okay, you'll probably win Offensive Player of the Year. You'll probably play. I don't know. You'll probably put up at least what 16, 14 touchdowns a game. Like you don't want to end your career with, or you don't want to end your career like Tiki Barber. You know, you don't want to end your career like these great running backs that we had for so long. You don't want to do that. I think the LA Chargers, because there's been a lot of speculations about, the LA Chargers want Saquon Barkley. How much will they give? You know, you also hear talks about Buffalo Bills. They also want Saquon Barkley. They give up Stephon Diggs and a 2025 second round pick for him. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you like 2 second round picks and this and that. Like whatever you got to do to get Saquon Barkley, you do it. Because these lifers, they're not it. You're not a Troy. You're not a Ray Lewis. You're not a. I mean, I'm not gonna say Ed Reed because Ed Reed played in Houston. Um, you're not a Donald Driver. You're not any of those guys, right? A running back can be replaced. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, yeah, if Saquon Barkley stays here, like, what is he gonna stay here for? Misery? Misery loves company, right? Like, just go. Just go. If it's not about the money, if it's about a championship, just go. Like look at Odell. We let go of Odell. He bounced around a few times, found his landing spot again in LA, won a Super Bowl, and after that, he just never been the same. Outside of that one Super Bowl win that he had with the LA Rams, he tried to get one with the Ravens. Obviously, it didn't work out. So we'll see. He might probably retire. Who knows? He really don't have anything left in the tank, and he sure damn me ain't coming back here, to finish his career. I think that bridge is burnt bad, or not even bad. Just that relationship between ownership and players just not there no more. So yeah. So Barkley, listen. You're a great running back, nice dude. You know what I'm saying? If you want to establish your career, go somewhere else. Because it's not here. I tell you that. It's not here. You're never going to win a Super Bowl in New York. Never. Never. Because it's just so much it's just so much chaos here. It's bad. It's bad. This offensive line is not going to get fixed overnight. We have quarterback issues. We have O-line issues. We have OC issues. We have ownership issues. We have GM. Joe Shane is safe for now. Brian Dable, I can see the writing on the wall. He sucks. He's not it. He's not it. I'm sorry. He's not it. I'd rather have Tom Coughlin back, but he's not it. He's not it. And he's probably going to be on the hot seat this year too. So if he doesn't get it done, he's probably going to get fired at the end of the year. Which obviously, I'm not planning on it, but it will come true. Believe that. Trust the prophecy. Trust the prophecy. You know what I'm saying? But he will get fired. The Giants will have a bad record this year. Not even funny. Like I said, they'll probably win their home opener, and after that, they'll lose like 7 straight, and they'll be 1-7 again. No, well, not really again, but they'll have a bad record again. Okay? Unless they pick a quarterback in this year's draft to save him, who knows? Because we don't know how long we can trust Daniel Jones and his injuries. Okay? So this team just have so much mess going on, you know? But like I said, if you want to stick around and be miserable for the rest of your life with this team, go ahead. You know, because you're never going to win the Super Bowl here. Never. You know, the NFC is just too competitive. You know, you're not beating the 49ers. You can't even beat the Eagles. You can't even beat the Cowboys. You can only seem to beat the Commanders twice. I mean, come on, man. Like, you can't even get past two of your division rivals. So that means that next year and then the year after that, y'all just gonna keep getting swept by the Eagles and Cowboys each year, and getting and beating on the poor Commanders. Like, come on. So y'all gonna be 2-6 in y'all division every single, or not 2-6, 2-4. So y'all gonna be 2-4 in y'all division every single year. The only two wins in y'all division is probably the Commanders. Or if y'all get lucky and Hurts or Dak have a down year or down performance or bad day, y'all might probably get it. But Dak is like what, 28, 29 and 8 against the NFC East? Like, come on, man. Make it make sense, you know? I mean, Tiki Barber did the smartest thing, is retire, because he knew that his body was giving up on him. And he didn't know that the Giants was going to go all the way to the Super Bowl. That's why he retired. But Michael Strahan wanted him to come back and say, no, look, we got it this year. This is our year. This year is our year. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got it. But Tiki Barber said, nah, man, I can't. I'm done. You know, he had his best performance against the Washington Redskins at the time. I think he ran for like 267 yards. No, 269 yards or 270 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? That was like his best performance. And after that, he called it quits. And then after that, the year after that, we went on to win the Super Bowl without him. So I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but Saquon Barkley got a lot left in the tank. But it's not here. It's not here. Okay? Now, if the Giants do decide to move on from Saquon Barkley, who will the Giants replace Saquon Barkley with? Derrick Henry. You see a lot of rumors saying that Derrick Henry wants out of Tennessee, right? So if Saquon Barkley goes to San Diego, the position over here is open. And I think, I know that Derrick Henry fits this offense better than Saquon Barkley. Okay? Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry run differently. You know? They run differently. Now, Derrick Henry is more of a bruiser. You know, he's kind of like a Brandon Jacobs type. You know, like he loves physicality. He loves the bang bang. You know what I'm saying? That's not Saquon Barkley. If you look at Saquon Barkley through college, through the pros, he likes to, dance around. Not really dance around, but he likes to have that one hit, that one hold, and he just accelerates, Like sometimes I think his mind be moving faster than his brain. Like his eyes, like certain running backs, like if they know instincts, right? Like they know, okay, I could run through you, I could run around you, this and that and the third. That's not Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is more of a home run hitter. That means that as soon as he finds a crease, he's gonna bounce it out to the outside and boom. Or if he could get whatever or if he finds whatever he could get, he's gonna, do what he can. I'm not saying that Saquon Barkley is a bad running back. but his style of running kind of hurts the New York Giants if you see what I'm talking about, right? But if you see Derrick Henry, he's a downhill runner. So that means that he's a consistent back. He's like he could play all three downs. He's not just your goal line ideal running back. That's if he's available. But like I said, if Saquon Barkley wants to stay here, hey, that's fine with me. If you don't care about winning a Super Bowl, that's fine with me. You know. And if he does go to the San Diego Chargers, or I'm gonna call them San Diego Chargers, fuck it. I'm tired of these freaking teams moving to new places that they don't even mean shit. Like, come on, man. They was better off left in San Diego. Like, but anyways, if he does decide to move on from the Giants, what are the San Diego Chargers are going to do with Eckler? Are they going to have 2,000-yard running backs? Or are they going to split carries? Because obviously, we've seen a lot of duos, Ronnie Brown, Tiki, no, not Ronnie Brown, not Tiki. You had Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams. You had, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Brandon Jacobs, Derek Ward, and Amar Bradshaw. You had Amar Bradshaw, Brandon Jacobs. You had Ron Dane, Earth. You had Thunder, Lightning, and Ron Dane and Tiki. So you had a lot of great backs, duos, But yeah, I mean, that would obviously open up a lot of game. That would open up, the offense, and then plus you got Jim Harbaugh coming back, so he knows what it takes. He knows what it takes to put this team on track, And think about it. If, and I don't use words like if in sports usually, but if KC wins another Super Bowl, I think this is it. Because they already have two. So if they win a third one, this is it. Next year, they're not going to repeat. Because if you look at history, the Chargers have gave Patrick Mahomes fits. Ever since he got there, they've just been bad. That's why they don't have anything to hang their hat on. That's why they've been very bad. They have a great running game. They have a good passing game. They have a good defense. All they need is the right head coach to guide them to the promised land. And Jim Harbaugh is the guy. So make it make sense